the Thursday, September 4th meeting of the Ordinance and Intergovernmental Relations Subcommittee meeting to order. Members present are myself, Eileen Brunel, Vice Chair and District Councilor Estela Reyes, and Council President and Voting Member Modesto Maldonado. Could I please get a motion to accept the minutes from our Thursday, August 18th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made, actually, I said the wrong day.
August 21.
August 20.
August 21. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Great. Officer Scanlon is with us this evening, so I'm hoping we could take those items out of order. Specifically, can I get a motion to take document 281-14 off the table and out of order?
So moved.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Document 281-14 is a parking restriction, the removal of a no parking sign on Lawrence Street on the west side. Officer?
Good evening, councilors. Reference to document number 281. This is a request for the current no parking on the west side of Lawrence Street from Myrtle, just slightly south of the Spigot River. This ordinance that actually was posted is fairly new. When I first came on in 2000, 2001, we had a huge problem over there with the gridlock of traffic coming off of Myrtle, coming down Lawrence, coming off of Fitz, entering Lexington. It was just, that area is just so heavily congested. And then what happens is when the people are using the Playstead, that parking is just totally full. It's causing traffic flow problems. So as a result, we ended up putting the no parking ordinance. You know, it's still a little bit congested, but traffic absolutely flows better than it did in years past when cars were allowed to park, that they were parking too close to the corner, they were parking too far away from the curb, they were obstructing the travel lane. And the gridlock was just, I mean, you just couldn't get through there. You know, emergency vehicles couldn't get through, and just regular everyday traffic was having a difficulty time flowing. So my recommendation is to keep the current no parking ordinance in place. It's working. You know, I would hate to see that area go back to where it was years ago, where, you know, vehicles, and especially emergency vehicles, are having a hard time getting through that intersection. So my recommendation is to keep the current no parking ordinance in place.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I agree. I agree. I go by very often, specifically on that area, and at times I park in the front to go to one of the fast food restaurant. But there's no question that, especially when there are games, there's a tremendous amount of congestion, and people park their vehicles there with loud music, maybe at times drinking, et cetera, et cetera. So I agree that the restrictions should remain put.
Through you, Madam Chair. I'm familiar with the area as well. This is part of my district, and I agree what he's saying. On the weekends day is absolutely no way that you can move around. So I think at this point, if you agree with me, what we can do is just withdraw this and not even send it out with no recommendation, because it's not going to be a way that we can make this move.
Okay. Do I have a motion to withdraw the document?
So moved.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you, officer. The next document, can I ask to take off the table and out of order, is document number 283-14.
So move.
Motion's made.
Second.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye. Document number 283-14 is handicapped parking at 189 Garden Street. It was requested by an Antonetta Balsamo, and it was sponsored by Councilor Almonte. Officer?
I reference to document number 283. The petitioner does have limited mobility at this location. There is a handicap placard on file. So I recommend making the handicap parking spot at the northeast corner of Jackson and Garden Street to a point 140 feet, and from the northeast corner of Jackson Street and Garden Street to a point 160 feet. This places the handicap parking spot directly in front of 189 Garden Street. I know the other issue they've also been having here is obviously this paid parking. So people tend to hit these side streets. There is resident sticker parking there, but, you know, people are trying to sneak in there and try to avoid paying for parking as well, which is affecting this lady from being able to park in front of this residence.
Just a motion to send it up with favorable recommendation.
An order public hearing.
I'm sorry?
An
Order
order public hearing.
Yes.
Yeah. So a motion's been made to order public hearing and any requisite language from the city attorney with a favorable recommendation. It was made
Second.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great. Document number 284-14 is similar, it's handicap parking at, can I get a motion to take that off the table and out of order?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Document 284-14 is handicap parking at 46 Cambridge Street, requested by Bruce J. Karen. Officer?
In reference to 46 Cambridge Street, this petitioner does have limited mobility as well as several ongoing medical conditions. There is no off-street parking at this location, so the only means of parking in front of the residence for this gentleman. So I recommend making the handicap parking spot from the northwest corner of Winthrop Ave and Cambridge Street to a point 160 feet, and from the northwest corner of Winthrop Ave and Cambridge Street to a point 180 feet. This places the handicap parking spot in front of number 46 Cambridge Street.
Great. Any questions for the officer?
Motion to order a public hearing?
Great, motion's been,
Sec-
Send it with favor recommendation and, order public hearing.
a motion was made by one of you,
Second.
seconded by the other one. Perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Great. And then, similarly, can I get a motion to take document number 290-14 off the table and out of order?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Document number 290-14 is parking on Fifth Street. It was a restriction for daily, and it was requested by Counselor Reyes. Officer?
In reference to document 290, I've been working on this with Counselor Reyes. Problem is, there's a church at this location. I wasn't able to get the number off the building because it wasn't on the building. That's why I left it just the church on Fifth Street. I'm actually gonna try to get a specific number before the ordinance is drafted, but they have their church services, and they have vans that go throughout the city to pick up elderly and some people who are in wheelchairs or have limited mobility. And what's happening is when cars are parked in front, I'm sure you know Fifth Street's not very narrow to begin with, and when they're trying to let elderly people, or anybody for that matter, that's being picked up by vans off on this church, they're not able to park in front of the church because there are vehicles parked, and they're causing, stopping in the middle of the street, trying to let people off. Traffic's having a hard time stopping and going through this location because the street's too narrow to begin with. So, working with Councilor Reyes, we ended up coming up with a drop-off and pickup zone for in front of this church, so that when the vans pull in, they're able to pull into the front of the church safely, right on the edge of the curb, and if needed, to let off a person that's in a wheelchair safely onto the curb, and then they can enter the church. And there's absolutely no parking lot at this church. It's strictly there. It's right on the edge of Fifth Street, and it's, there's a laundromat on one side and a residential house on the other. So what I recommend is to make a drop-off and pickup zone from the southeast corner of Lawrence and Fifth Street to a point 70 feet, and from the southeast corner of Lawrence and Fifth Street to a point 108 feet. So this way, this places a drop-off and pickup zone right in front of the church.
Is that,
Yes, actually, they were looking, like he said, we had a conversation early this afternoon, and what were they looking was space to leave the band parking 7 days a week, something that we cannot do because we have a lot of churches around the city, and if we do that for once, eventually we have to come out and do it for everyone. So I think it's fair just to make a drop-off and pick-up only, because that's all exactly what they need. I mean, they can drop off, park the van, come back and get it and pick them up, or,
that space will always be available for them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, great. If you're happy and it's in your district, we're
Yes,
happy.
yes, yes.
Good. So, do you want to make a motion?
Motion to send it with favor recommendation and order public hearings.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great.
Thank you.
And then finally, can I get a motion, please, to take document 293-14 off the table and out of order?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Document number 293-14 is with regard to parking on Lebanon Street between Hampshire and Lawrence Streets. It was placed on the agenda by Council Vice President Alvarez Rodriguez, and referred to Officer Scanlon. Officer?
Thank you, Council. As a reference to document 293, this is a request to remove the no parking on Lebanon Street between Hampshire and White Street. It actually says, I believe on the agenda, it says Hampshire to Lawrence Street.
No,
That's a typo. I did speak to Councilor Alvarez Rodriguez today, and, because I was wondering if it was the whole stretch, and she said, no, it was typed wrong. So it's Lebanon Street from Hampshire to White, just that block, which actually runs along the south side. Right now, it's currently no parking along the south side of Hampshire Street. A few vehicles have been parking there anyways. So what they were looking for is, I mean, it's a considerable length of block that runs along the school. The street is wide, probably wider than any street around that I've ever seen. So adding parking in there, I mean, actually, there was a school bus parked there today. And the traffic flow it's not an issue. So if you're allowing parking on both sides of the street, which the north side's already allowed parking, it's now just adding on to the south side to allow additional parking. It's definitely not going to cause any type of a traffic flow problem over at that location because the street is plenty wide. So I do recommend removing the no parking signs that are located on the south side of Lebanon Street from Hampshire to White Street.
Just, I don't have a visual here. When I think of Lebanon Street, I think of the little tiny street between Lawrence High School.
Right, you're going down further, now you have Breens. Say we're going backwards.
Okay.
Okay, so coming off, you have Breens.
Yep, I got
Then you come up
Breens.
to the next intersection is White Street,
Yep,
and the old St. Mary's.
the old St. Mary's, Hampshire Street.
So it's on
yep.
that side?
Yeah.
That's the side, so it runs from Hampshire just to White Street on the south side, on the
Okay.
south side of the street.
So you're not doing behind the old high school, you're doing
No,
more down
I'm
by
going
St.
up
Mary's?
further, we're going up further, so it's basically like Breens is here.
Yeah.
It's right across the street, and it's on the,
That
it's on
makes
the
sense
south
to me.
side.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure we weren't going, because behind the old high school,
No,
So tight.
that's, if you're looking at what's on the agenda.
Yeah.
It says Hampshire Street, I'm sorry, Lebanon Street
Lawrence
from
Street, that's
Hampshire
what- yeah.
to Lawrence Street.
That's
And that's
what
when I had called Councilor Alvarez Rodriguez and asked if, because you can't, obviously it's not wide enough. And she
Yeah.
said, that's when she clarified to me that it was a typo.
okay, perfect. So, that makes sense to me. Any other questions for the officer?
No question.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
Motion to send the word favor recommendation in order public hearing.
And
Second.
also, part of that is to correct it on the agenda, to change it from Lawrence Street to White Street,
To change to Lawrence to,
where it says Lawrence Street.
yep,
To White Street.
to White Street, okay.
Great. Okay, so that motion was made,
And second.
seconded. Great, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great. Thank you, officer. We'll be
Thank you.
sending you plenty more. We'll keep you busy. Great. Can I please get a motion to take document number 318-14 out of order?
So move.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Document 318-14 is the Two Ribbon Road Race. That's my phone. Excuse me one second. You're trying to call me, I'm in a meeting, sorry. Sorry. Document number 318-14 is the Two Ribbon Road Race. It's scheduled to occur on October 12th, 2014. It's going to be sponsored out of the Reliefs Inn, and it was put on the agenda by John Bruno. I know there's someone here from that group tonight. You just want to come up to the podium, and you can please state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Hello, counselors. My name is Tracy Gaudette, and my address is 3 John Street, Apartment 1 in Methuen, Massachusetts, 01844. And I'm here to represent the Two Ribbon Run.
Great. I just am looking in our packets. I just want to, I had a chance to talk to the applicant a little bit before the meeting. And she does have the sign-offs from all the departments, but it hasn't been filed with the clerk's office yet. She physically has the original in her hand still. So I did see it, but it needs to be filed. And they are missing one signature, which she knows she needs to get. So what I wanted to ask was if we could send this up to the full council with a favorable recommendation pending obtaining that final signature and their organization filing the original with the city clerk.
So moved.
So motion's been made?
Second.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
So Tracy, just kind of what we talked about, if you can get that original filed and work out the final signature, you'll be all set.
Great.
And then the full council will meet again on Tuesday evening, September 16th, that's the right date, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
September 16th.
So if you or someone from the group can be here for that final meeting, just in case one of the other councilors has a question, that'll be the final vote, and you should be all set.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome, take care. Great. We have a couple of items on here. A few need to go to the police department. Maybe I'll just do those right now, if that's okay with you guys?
Yes, yes.
30514.
Yeah. Can I get a motion to take 30514, 30814, 30914 and 31014 as a block.
So move.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm looking for a motion to send 30514, which is a handicap parking spot at 3 Salem Street, requested by Carol Sweeney. 30814, which is Hillside Avenue for one-way traffic, requested by Councilor Vasquez. 30914, which is Ames Street, one-way traffic from Haverhill Street to Yale Street, again requested by Councilor Vasquez. And then 310-14, which is a stop sign at Essex Street and Warren Street to stop vehiculars traveling on Essex Street, was requested by Manuel Matos and by Representative Frank Moran. Can I get a motion to send all those items to Officer Scanlon for a review and recommendation?
So move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
We sent back down documents number 238-14, 239-14, and 240-14. They all deal with storm and sewer water ordinances. Can I just get a motion to table those 3 items?
So move.
Motion's been
Second.
made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Document number 304-14 is the Lawrence Trust Act. It was request for an ordinance put on the agenda by Councilor Vasquez. I just don't know if we have any paperwork from him on that. I don't want to hold up anything, but I don't know what he's looking for. Can I get a motion to send correspondence to
To
Councilor
Councilor.
Vasquez? Just asking for clarification and guidance on what he'd like our committee to do.
So move.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Similarly, document number 306-14 is a tenant protection ordinance, again requested by Councilor Vasquez. Could I just again get a motion to send Councilor Vasquez some correspondence, just asking for
So moved.
clarification?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion to just retable all those items?
So move.
Motion's been
Second.
made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone has any old business that they want to look at?
Can we send, can we take out of table matters, document 29114?
Yep, I have a motion to take 291-14 off the table.
So move.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
291-14 is prepared food sales in Lawrence. It was requested by Council LaPlante and Council President Maldonado.
Yeah, I would like that we send a correspondence to Mr. LaPlante so that we can
Get that going, yeah,
we
yeah.
can get this going. I know that we have not discussed it, this committee level, waiting for him,
Yeah,
to come and,
We want to invite him to our meeting
yes,
on
yes, to our
the
next meeting.
18th,
Yes,
9/18.
yes.
So we're going to invite Councilor LaPlante to join us on 9/18. And did we need someone from Inspectional Services to come to that meeting too?
Yes, I think so. I
Yeah,
think
so-
so.
Because it's about prepared food, so we really need someone from that office.
Yes, yes. Again, what's being questioned is, in fact, that, not question, but try to get information as to the process that is used by grocery stores in selling food.
Are they paying a meals
And I don't believe
tax?
they don't have to pay meal taxes. Not only that, but there are people that are selling food out of their vehicles.
Not regular vehicles, but,
No, out of their vehicles. They stop at I was taking a haircut the other day, and the lady comes in and she said, "Oh, I have this and I have that. I have that. Do you guys want to buy food?" And obviously, I mean, this is this is very typical in Latin American countries, but obviously there have to be some regulations and control that we should prohibit that. And if these people are selling food, they're
Yeah.
vendors from door to door, basically.
yeah.
Right.
They're vendors from door to door. We should have some kind of control.
Yeah.
Agree.
To protect the citizens primarily.
All right, so I'm going to ask for correspondence to be sent to both Councilor LaPlante and Mr. Blanchett or an adequate representative from Inspectional Services, because they really monitor all that. To please attend our meeting on 9/18 so that we can discuss the item and move it forward.
Okay, motion to table document
Second.
29114.
Motion's been made to table it and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The other document, Madam Chair, is 30314.
Oh, yeah. Document 30, thank you. Document 30314. Can I motion to take that off the table and out of order?
So move.
Motion's
Second.
made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Document number 303-14 is a block party on Yale Street for September 20th. Was requested by Sebastian Brown. Was put on the agenda by Councilor Toomey. Just because of the essence of time, I actually called Mr. Brown today. I didn't get him. I got his voicemail. And I just said that he needs to reach out to the Lawrence Police Department to make sure that they're aware of the event, if they have no objections, and if auxiliary police is needed, that they can make the arrangements for it. Yale Street is such a secluded street that they may not need auxiliary police. That's a
Yeah, probably
decision
not.
for the police
Probably
department to
not,
make.
yeah.
But I said to him, I didn't say to him, I left a message saying that if they could get us that verification before the September 16th meeting, we can take the final vote. So do you want to send it up?
Maybe Mr. Toomey can contact them directly, since she
Yeah.
was the one who submitted.
Okay. So why don't I make a motion to contact Councilor Toomey to just reach out to the applicant so that they can come to the meeting and have everything completed by the September 20th
yeah.
meeting. So that's in the form of a motion.
Yes. To send it up with a favorable recommendation pending
Yeah.
Pending, okay.
submittal of paperwork, and to send correspondence or voice contact
Yeah.
with Councilor Toomey so that he can contact Mr. Brown.
Okay. Everything that he said is made in the form of a motion.
And I second it,
All
yeah.
in favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you for reminding me on that one. I actually saw that date, and I actually called him just because I saw that date, but I forgot to bring it up tonight. It's really helpful.
Oh, the other document, document 29214, make a motion to take it out of,
Motion
Out
to
of
take it off
table
the
matter?
tables, made and
Second.
seconded. All in favor? Aye.
yeah, just to send correspondence to Councilor Alvarez
Okay,
Rodriguez, so that she can come and explain to us why she feels that this would be a good recognition.
yeah. I will say, usually on Memorial Day and Veterans Day, they do a lot of dedications. We're in plenty of time for Veterans Day, which is not till November.
Right.
It'd be nice to have also, maybe to just make the Veterans agent, Mr., gosh, what's his name, the Veterans agent? Jamie Melendez.
Oh, Jamie.
Mr. Melendez aware also that this is being requested because he may have someone else in mind, or, you know, but
It's just that it would be nice
Yeah.
to know as
The background,
why,
yeah.
because I personally don't know anything about
yeah,
Marino Torres, so.
sure. So we're gonna ask for correspondence be sent to Councilor Alvarez, just on any background as to this, private first class Marino Torres and, you know, why she's making that recommendation, which is great. Motion to retable?
Motion to retable?
Which has been made
Second.
and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. I have two documents that I want to take out of table.
Okay,
This is in page 3, document 28-14 and 29-14. I'm looking to take those out of table.
why am I not, page 3?
2814 and 2914?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, motion to take both items off the table and out of order has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I would like to send a correspondent to DPW Director for both documents.
Okay.
I had a conversation with him a couple of weeks ago, and I told him that I was gonna go ahead and do that, so that way he can fit us back and let us know how we're gonna deal with this before the winter comes, because this is when we have the problem.
Yeah.
This matter was sent to Officer Scanlon already, right? But has there
No,
been
no,
a
no, no,
recommendation?
that has to be with DPW Director.
But why was it referred to Officer Scanlon on 21214?
Because,
I think when we see parking, we send to Scanlon, but she's right, if it's alternate parking for the winter stuff.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So I think you're right to send correspondence to him.
okay.
Sure, 28-14 and 29-14, they're right under the February 4th,
Yeah.
2014 heading, on page 3, about halfway down.
Got it?
Great, so
2814 and
Yeah.
2914.
So sending correspondence to the DPW director, do we want him to reach out to you, or to his
Either
correspond
way,
back to us?
whichever way is easier for him, but
Okay.
all I want is just to resolve this matter before the winter, because I have the resident call, just checking the status of this, and that has been putting out on the agenda for a couple of months now.
Okay.
And motion to retable both document.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Aye. Madam Chair, document 30413, make a motion to take out of table?
Great. Document number 304-13 is Ferry Street. Can I get a motion to take it off the table?
Yes.
Motion's made
Second.
and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
304-13 is Ferry Street, Marston and Prospect Streets.
I believe that we had approved an ordinance
Oh, yeah.
before prohibiting
all
trucks
city streets.
from parking, exactly.
So we want to withdraw that
So-
document?
Yeah, I make the motion that we withdraw document 30413.
Perfect. Motion to
Second.
withdraw has been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. Nice to do a little bit of housekeeping.
Yeah.
All right. Want to make a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.